Ravens flock. The flock rundown is the place to be. My man Ryan has been a lifelong Ravens fan since he was born. So I'm telling you now, it's about to go down. The podcast, the flock rundown. Ravens, baby. Nothing gets better than waking up and wondering how high we can fly. Tune in.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed.
Appreciate you, Ray. What's up, Ravens fans? My name is Ryan. Welcome to another episode of the Flock Rundown. So I just got done watching Chuck Smith's press conference, and I just can't help but think that David Ojabo is going to be a superstar pass rusher, not only for the Ravens, but in the entire NFL. You could throw on his college tape. You can see how explosive of a pass rusher he is, how natural he looks, and he doesn't have a lot of football experience either, by the way. Him and Owe started playing late in high school. So they're only a couple years into playing football, period. Throw on David Ojabo's Michigan tape. You could see why he was a top 15 prospect in the first round until that Achilles injury. And then obviously the Achilles injury happened and the Ravens took him in the second round, and he didn't play until the end of last season. But he came on strong. He strip sacked Joe Burrow in the last week of the season. You have to assume that he's even better than when he came back last year, just because he's coming off an Achilles and his rookie season. Now he's got a full, healthy offseason to get stronger. And I don't know if you watched a Chuck Smith press conference about him, but he was raving about him. Chuck Smith, for Ojabo, used the words quick, confident, twitchy, and a high pass rush IQ. He said he's already mastered a lot of different moves, and Chuck Smith went on to talk about this in the press conference with Owe as well. Every pass rusher has a signature move, going back to even Reggie White's and Lawrence Taylor's that he also referenced. Use their hands to get around the lineman, or their athleticism to spin or speed rush the edge. Chuck Smith saying that these guys are going to have a signature move. They're going to hone in. They're going to master these moves. And he said Ojabo's already mastered many moves. Chuck Smith also said he's got that dog mindset. You can already see that. Just watch the press conference. This guy's insanely confident. It's an inspiring confidence, to be honest with you. Like, anytime someone brings a certain level of confidence, it always inspires me, especially when it's mixed in with such a humility as well. It's not a cockiness or an arrogance, but he's got such a strong belief system. And he believes in himself a lot, and you can tell. And that's going to translate to the field. All the best players play with an enormous amount of confidence, an enormous amount of self-belief. Let's take the fact that he wanted Terrell Suggs' number 55 jersey this year. And he pushed it all the way to the owner, Bisciotti, about it, trying to get Suggs' jersey. The Ravens and Terrell Suggs just weren't having that, which I totally understand. But that's an example of, like, yo, I'm going to be such a prominent figure for this organization. I believe in my game and myself that much that I'm going to make an enormous impact on this organization. And I want to wear Terrell Suggs' number, who's the greatest Ravens pass rusher to ever play for this organization. So that tells me a lot. It tells me how much confidence he really does have. And then now you got Chuck Smith, who's played in the league, had success in the league, trained and worked with a ton of elite pass rushers, raving about David Ojabo, saying he's got that dog mindset. He said he's going to have a lot of success in this league, and he says he's a lot better than everyone thinks he's going to be coming off that injury. And we saw that last year. He had an impact as soon as he got a chance. And with a full off season of understanding the defense even further, and he had Mike Macdonald as his defensive coordinator at Michigan, so he didn't even have to have as much of a transition to learning a new defense, but still having that rookie year under your belt, and now you get a full off season to really build your body up and keep working on your moves. The sky's the limit for Ojabo, and I'm calling it early. I'm calling it right now. I could be totally wrong. Obviously, nobody can predict the future, but I've watched a lot of football. When someone's got the raw talent of a David Ojabo mixed with all of that self-belief and confidence, it leads to incredible things. And I'm calling this one. I think that Ojabo is a superstar. He has to earn it. He has to show up on the field. He has to do it for a couple years. He has to perform at a high level for a few seasons. So this is super early. And I think he reaches double-digit sacks for us this season. And I think in 3 years from now, he's one of the elite pass rushers in the NFL. I'm calling it now. David Ojabo will be a superstar in the National Football League. But I can't wait to find out. I can't wait to see him on the field. I can't wait to see Owe and Ojabo out there together, especially with Chuck Smith leading them, training them all off season. I think that they're going to level up. I really believe that he was one of the best coaching hires for this team. Todd Monken obviously being another one. It's an incredible hire by Harbaugh. He's really built this staff out well. I love this mixture of coaches for these guys, and I just can't wait to see them level up. And there's some pressure on them. We're going to need a great pass rush for this defense to be super successful. And we'll probably add another vet throughout this offseason. But these guys are going to be leading the helm. And I think David Ojabo breaks out in a big way. And I think we're calling him one of the top pass rushers in the NFL within 3 years. But only time will tell. Can't wait for this season, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Flock Rundown. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed.